decided I want to talk about my experience a bit more as well. So, let me kind of run through. First, how did I know how much to take? Well, I grew these myself, and the first time I took them, I had no idea how much to take. So I started very low and built my way up. So I started with a 0.5 gram dose, and there's about a 2-week tolerance reset. So waited 2 weeks, then I tried 1 gram, waited 2 grams. I just wasn't getting to where I was trying to get to. So then I waited, tried 3 grams, still wasn't getting there. So I tried 5, still didn't get to where I was trying to go. And this was the first strain that I grew. So I was like, okay, maybe it's the strain is just not very strong. So it took almost about a year before I did my next grow. Because one grow gives you enough for an entire year, which is another thing. It took me 2 months to grow these in my closet. There's probably only like 4 or 5 steps all together that you have to do. It's very simple. There's just some places where it can go wrong. You have to be very clean. Make sure you sterilize very well. But yeah, in 2 months, I was able to grow enough medicine to last me a year, and I gave away a bunch. So right now I have a whole nother stockpile. And yeah, I took 5 grams this time. This is the second time I've taken these ones. Last time I took 3 to start out, and it was pretty similar to my other ones. So I decided to try 5 this time. And I don't know, I still don't know if I didn't break through all the way. It was to the point where I was like borderline, where if I like closed my eyes, it felt like I was out of body and I was in these other states. But my experiences are really just laying down the whole time. I get stomach cramps and stuff, so I can't really come out and like hike or anything like that, especially at those doses. So it's usually very meditative for myself. I don't think I would ever be able to do it at a festival or anything like that. It'd just be too intense. The audio gets so, you don't think your ears can hear that well until you're on psilocybin. You can hear everything. So when you have sounds everywhere and it's overwhelming, it's really easy to get overstimulated. But I start my experience, I usually lay in bed. I usually start freezing and shivering in the beginning, so I have a heated blanket I throw on myself. I have my mindfold. I'll throw on that and I'll listen to music for a bit until I'm ready to switch to something else, which I usually listen to reggae, which is very positive, uplifting, talking about expanding your mind. And then I move into just listening to frequencies for the most part. And yesterday, for more than half of the duration, I listened to the focused attention frequency on the Expand app. It's just so calming and peaceful, and it's a frequency that I just love. I was able to very clearly visualize being in that state of being this time. Like, there's been times in the past where I've done these meditations, say I go to focus 10 or 12, and I'm like, am I in focus 10 or 12? Like, you're not sure. It's a very subtle perception when you're in those states. Versus on mushrooms, I was very clearly like, dang, okay, yeah, I'm here. I can create whatever I want right now. It's very simple. So yeah, it lasts. I was laying down pretty much for like 6 or so hours yesterday. Was inside for a bit, went outside and meditated in my yard for a little bit, sat in the grass, laid in my zero gravity chair in the shade under the tree, and it's just such a beautiful experience that I can't describe if you haven't experienced it. Just knowing that you're connected with everything around you, the trees, being so grateful for the trees being here, for providing the oxygen that we need to survive on this planet, to the bugs flying around on the trees, pollinating to bring it back to pollinate other flowers and plants. And you know, there's just so much in these ecosystems, and the fact that they work the way they do and everything is required. It's a required piece of the puzzle. Yeah, we're here for a reason. I also got a glimpse of, I don't know how to describe it, but that intelligence that exists behind creation. Just being able to see how everything is so intelligently designed to work the way that it needs to. It is something that a lot of people could definitely use to wake them up to what's going on in life. I believe these are natural medicines that were put on this planet for us to use, and they're here for a reason. And all the man-made chemical stuff, it's not the way. We made it to the top. Such a beautiful view out here. And yeah, this is exactly why I want to come out here and camp. See Rocky Mountain National Park in the distance back there. I want to get back out there again soon too. We can go scout some sites out. I also just remembered what I wanted to talk about earlier, and different ways to get to that same place that I was at yesterday. Now, you don't have to do psychedelics. You can get there through meditation. I have gotten there through meditation. I've had an out-of-body experience, which honestly was more intense than any psilocybin trip that I've been on so far. And that was completely sober at 3 a.m. So, yeah, you can reach like blast off, astral projection, leaving your body, all that just from meditation. I think psychedelics are just like a great tool to help you be able to get to those levels and see what they're like beforehand. Like you can kind of like get a glimpse of what it's like. And then in meditation, if you get really good, you can sustain it and stay in those states for long periods of time. While I guess I can't recommend anyone go out and try it for themselves, I can recommend getting out and meditating. And really all of these tools are just to help you spiritually connect to your higher self, God, source, spirit guides, angels, whatever you believe in, whatever label you want to put on it. Honestly, to me, saying God still feels weird. Source feels much cleaner for me, but it's all the same thing. It's all connecting with that essence that made you who you are and got you here on this planet. And it's the essence that's keeping you going through this life. And it's the essence that you're gonna continue on with for, I believe, all of eternity. I'm so glad that I'm on the journey that I'm on. I've had the experiences that I've had, and I want to help anyone I can be able to get to that same state, that same place, that same level. And I think we raise up enough people, it's going to raise up everyone. Also, just look at the views of the sky out here. It would be complete 360 view, clear sky. The towns are all behind the ridges of the mountains. So I think this would be a fantastic spot to come out and do some sky watching and documenting. Just got to figure out how to get my equipment up here, set up a tent and camp. So there's some flat spots to camp. The only unfortunate thing is it's really rocky. So I'm probably gonna want to bring my air mattress, which means something else I gotta carry up. But just look at all this quartz out here. Big old chunks. Looks like someone had a fire pit here and was trying to set up a little structure. We're back at the split, and since we're here, I decided I might as well do do the little extra and go to my other lookout because it's one of my favorite views. So over there is where I was just exploring for looking for a campsite. Look at this. Another thing I really enjoy doing is you sit down and close your eyes, and I like to just go through everything that I'm grateful for. Wow. And then you open your eyes and oh my goodness. Wow. Thank you so much. Wow. Oh, beautiful. All right, we're back at the car. We just finished up the hike, and it always feels so nice to be out in nature. And also just that sense of accomplishment when you finish a hike is so rewarding. And I know why I love hiking so much after going on spiritual journeys with psilocybin is because I'm just getting out here and fully grounding. And I think that's a really great thing to do when you're out in those really expanded states of awareness. So it's nice to come and re-ground yourself and just, yeah, with that new thinking, it's just like taking in all the beauty and just appreciating everything that's around you. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I will catch you all in the next one.